it's almost unbearable for me to think about.
Candace Cameron Bure is opening up about losing her close friend and TV dad, Bob Saget.
I can't believe he's gone forever. I just can't. My brain has not comprehended that yet.
In her first interview since the late comedian's death, the Full House star got emotional when looking back on their 35-year friendship with today's Hoda Kotb.
Bob was available and there for everyone that he knew. But Bob was that person that no matter what happened, Bob would drop anything for you in a second, in a heartbeat. And you didn't even have to be his best friend for him to do that. I mean, that's how huge his heart was. There are very few friends in life like that. And that is the hardest part of the loss, is just that friendship that's unconditional, that it's a lifetime, but I guess our lifetime is, finished on Earth for now.
She also revealed the last conversation she had with him just 2 weeks before his passing.
We got into a little tiff and his flight was delayed. We ended up not having dinner, but in Bob fashion, the next day he wrote me like what would be pages long of a text. He was apologizing, saying he was cranky and he was just so sorry. He said, "Oh, now I feel even worse. I was so wrong. You're like my favorite person on the earth." And I acted like Dolly. I was getting ready to take a late flight and I was annoyed. Dolly was his mom. And he said, "You're one of the few that understands that if I act like Dolly, I'm not the best at my game that day. Ha ha." And Bob went on and on and on in the text. And he said at the end, "I love you more for the trouble you're giving me, if that's even possible." And I wrote back, "I love you. I could never be mad at you. Roll my eyes at you? Yes, but never mad. And I love that you being Dolly, that made me laugh out loud. I loved your mom." And he just wrote back, "I loved you. My mom loved you too."
Candace met Bob when she was cast on the hit sitcom at just 10 years old and reminisced on how warm and inviting he was.
We were doing our pilot episode for Full House, and Bob is so tall, he's 6'4", and I was 10 years old, but he kneeled down to me and got eye to eye with me, and he said, "Hi, I'm Bob, and I'm gonna be your dad. I'm playing your dad, so I want you to feel comfortable, and we're gonna be friends."
Over the years, the mom of three said Bob remained someone she could always go to for anything.
He was so emotionally available all the time, and he was really the first person in my life as a man that I saw cry and have those emotions right at the forefront of his conversations.
The 65-year-old was found dead on January 9th at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando, Florida, while on tour for his stand-up comedy show. His cause of death has yet to be released, but authorities say no foul play is suspected. Candace said one thing that made her co-star so special was his compassion.
If you were hurting, he would hurt with you. You would see the tears well up in his eyes. Bob is a remarkable person, and I've never had a friendship like the one I've had with him, and that's why it makes it so hard.